Hello everyone, it's Tristan Dodson here on the mic with David Smith on the camera, and we have a matchup, the final game of this day. It's the Silvertips in the white facing off against the Galactic Giraffes, who are wearing the orange and blue there. And here we go, face off center court. Off the draw, the Silvertips win it. Now the Giraffes try to take it up in their own zone and bring it up, but the Silvertips keep it in at the line. Pass across. Mandrake played down low. There's Owen Norman, pass across. And some feet looking for number 2, Anzims, but it's just out of his reach from that pass from Norman. Hustling after, the Giraffes get the zone and they battle along the boards. Fought for. McLean, number 6, chips it up the boards, but it's stopped by not the Anarchy. I was still in the last mode here. The Giraffes player, Crevero, sorry, my apologies. Crevero, not Crevier. Shot blocked. Here's Mandrake. Pass across. Oh, sorry, 25 is Halverson. Pass across, looking for Norman, but it's out of his reach. That's icing. Face-off will go deep into the Silvertip zone. Playing goal for the Giraffes is Dave Greenhelg. Big save Dave, I like to call him. And on the other side, I think it's Flero. It is Flero to my knowledge. So Flero, starting goaltender of the Silvertips. Greenhelg, the starting goaltender of the Giraffes. Off the draw, number 68, Dylan Ostrander gets it up. But it's given right back away. Shot, saved by Flero, hits the glass off the back of the net. Now the Giraffes put some pressure on number 77, tries to feed up to Paul Naswell. It's out of his reach, but Paul Naswell will get back and just chip it to his teammate Tyler Naswell there. Tyler Naswell pass up into the zone, but it's chipped right back out, by the Silvertips. Shot by number 19 goes wide off a block. That was Gary Ostrander. Now here's number 16 down low, Betts. Ostrander pass across, picked off. Here's Paul Naswell. Naswell tries to beat Ostrander and number 16, Betts, but they both kind of get the ball from him as he kind of rolls off his stick. Shot from Ostrander, blocked up high. Good block in the middle by Eric Smith there, the defender. Ostrander's shot, toe saved by Greenhelg. Battle for the ball. It's in neutral territory. The Silvertips chip it up and almost lose it, but they get it right back in. Here's Ostrander, a shot. Saved by Greenhelg, rebounds loose. Up in the air, glove down. Kept in by Dylan Ostrander, shot from far out pad, saved by Greenhelg. Controlled. Here's Naswell. Naswell pass up. Number 77, Scott Johnson. Johnson beats Dylan Ostrander, but spins back, and Ostrander gets a backhand on it. Tipped up the wall. Stubbs with a shot, kind of partially blocked wide. Now here's a play up by the Silvertips, picked up by Moore. Moore takes it in himself, loses the ball though. The Giraffes control in their own zone. Tony Leadham plays it up. Leadham to number 71, Lister. Lister gets the zone and plays it back to 92, Siemens. Harrison Siemens with a shot, goes wide. Now chipped along the boards by Crevero. Crevero gets it to 92, Siemens. Siemens back for number 71 there, Lister. Back to Siemens. In front, looking for Crevero, just out of his reach. Now sent all the way down. Now here come the Silvertips the other way. Look in front, a shot tipped in the air, gloved to the behind the net, and it's picked up there by Norman. Norman takes a look, a shot wide, rebound picked up by number 25, Halverson. Halverson back to Norman off his stick, kept in at the center by Mandrake. Mandrake takes a look, passes down low to Norman. Crevero gets in the way though. Pass across to Lister, trying to go back for Crevero, but off a stick into the air. Harrison Siemens makes his own. Siemens pass down low, blocked, but he gets it back. Pass across. Shot saved by Flair with the stick there. Battle for the ball, trying to clear that out there was number 6, McLean. Mandrake will help him out, get it to the corner. Now it's picked up by number 88 there. That's Garant. Garant down to Halverson. Halverson past Stubbs. Off the wall there. Battle for the ball. The Giraffes come up with it. Crivero makes center and chips it down. After it first is McLean. He'll play it down low to his defensive partner. That's Halverson. Sorry, that's Mandrake, number 27. Back to Garant. Now back to number 6, McLean. Chip down low. Here's Leadham. Played down. Pass across. That's not Leadham. That is somebody else wearing number 1. So I'll try to figure out who that is, folks. Here's number 6. Pass down low. McLean. Back to his defensive partner, Mandrake. Now pass to the middle off the glass from Garant. A shot in. Glove saved by Dave Greenheld there. And he makes that one, pardon me, look easy. With 11 minutes left in this game. With 11 minutes left in this game, time's winding down, or rather not in this game, in this first period, my apologies. Sorry, I was mixing it up here. It's the first, not the second. I'm in like a confused here on myself. Here's Naswell. Paul Naswell tries to bring it in. It's out of his reach. Tyler Naswell will try to get it there. Both Naswells kind of lose the ball there, get beat by Ostrander, but Naswell gets it back now. Tyler. And down low to Paul. Watched by Dylan Ostrander. Pass across to Johnson, who fires, goes on the court there. It's stick saved by Flero. Now keeping that in is Paul Naswell. Good hustle there. Spun around. Chipped up in the air. Number 77 there. Johnson tries to get in the way. That's Haywood actually playing number 77, not Johnson, sorry. He's wearing Johnson's jersey, but that's Josh Haywood. Now pass across. Ostrander controls. Shot, looking maybe for a tip in front by his line mate on the far side, but it's out of his reach. Fought for. Tyler Naswell tries to get it, but he can't control. The Silvertips control and pressure in their own zone, or rather in the opponent's zone. Ray Moore plays it back to Brandon Betts. Betts down low to Ostrander. Ostrander pass to the middle, looking for Moore out of his reach. The Giraffes try to bring it in, they can't. Pass across, a shot by Moore, fanned on. Here's Tyler Naswell. Naswell waits, passes it up off the stick of Josh Haywood, and then out of his reach. Naswell will control though. Naswell will drive to the middle. Norman's on him hard there. Naswell will get it up though. Haywood. Pass across to Lister. Corey Lister takes a look. Pass down low. Number 92. That is Siemens. Siemens tries to drive the net. It's blocked. In some feet. Siemens will get it back. A shot. Saved by Flero with the stick. And then with the ball rolling, he'll swallow it up. Face-off will be deep in the Silvertips zone. Off the draw, Siemens will take it versus Moore defensively for the Silvertips. Draw one back by Harrison Siemens there. Fought for. Sent all the way down now. Picking that up is number 1. Slap shot from far out, loose, in some feet. Picking that up is Siemens, Harrison Siemens. Chip pass across for Lister. Lister watched by Mandrake, but Lister will play it down low to Crivero. Crivero will try to get the ball, but it will be through his feet. Crivero will get back though and make a play. Spun around the back of the net. Picked up there. Here's Mandrake, plays across. to his line mate. That is McLean. McLean tries to pass up. Getting a stick on that was Halverson, but then it rolls to Greenhalgh, who makes a save for a whistle. Off the draw, the Giraffes win it. Try to chip it all the way down, looking for a stretch pass to Siemens, but it's blocked in the middle there by McLean once again. A couple blocks in a row there by McLean to made some great defensive plays so far. Now Norman down low, trying to go back to Norman was more, but it's blocked by the stretch still stick of Siemens. Fought for a battle. Up in the air. Gloving that down and keeping that in is McLean. McLean down low for Norman. Norman will take a look. Norman will control. Play it down low. That's his teammate number 88, Garant. Garant down to Anzems. Down to looking for a pass back down to Norman out of his reach though. Up in the air. Sent down, and that'll be icing against the Giraffes. Face-off will come deep in their end after they make that error. Try to make a stretch pass up, but a little sauce up in the air, but nobody was there, so goes all the way down, and it'll be icing. Face-off, one up by the Giraffes. Here's Tyler Naswell, pass across to Paul Naswell. Naswell takes a look. Back for Naswell, in front, a shot. Looking for Haywood, just out of his reach. Another chance, a rebound goes into the crease. Haywood was there, but it's cleared out by number 16, Betts, just off when it was rolling in the blue paint there. Good active stick defensively by Betts. Pass up. Betts tries to get it. Betts will play it up down low. Ostrander will pick it up. Gary Ostrander controls. Watched closely by number 52 rather, Smith of the Giraffes. Now Smith will get that ball, pass it up to Darren Close. Darren Close will try to bring it up. He will get the back check pressure of Betts, but he'll keep possession. Across, looking for a pass to Haywood, but number 68 of the Silvertips, who is Dylan Ostrander, makes a great play to chip it out of harm's way, and it rolls to his goalie, who covers it up for a whistle. Thank you everybody for watching. We appreciate it. All the views are great. I mean, if we want to get in the algorithm and get some more people watching, we got to have more concurrent viewers, people who watch more than just once. That'll put us kind of in the algorithm for YouTube. That'd be good. Pass up. Smith passes it up to his teammate Naswell, but it's out of his reach. Chip down. Here's Tyler Naswell keeping it in off of a play from Halverson. Up in the air on a pass. Clearing attempt by Ostrander, kind of partially blocked by Haywood, but it's picked up by the Silvertips player. Here's Haywood. Passes down low to Paul Naswell. Naswell to Darren Close. Close to Naswell, who just stretches his foot out long enough to stay on side. Now here's Norman. Rings it down behind the goaltender of the Galactic Giraffes, Greenhalgh. Here's Naswell to Smith. Smith controls, but Garant was putting pressure on him. Now up in the air, ball's given away on a stretch pass from Smith. Spun all the way back down. Here's Owen Norman for the Silvertips. In this first period, no score yet, still 0-0. 5.5 minutes left in this first frame. Halverson trips it up, tries to get it to Garant. Garant will get it down low. Picked up by Betts. Shot, looking for a tip from Garant in front, but it's missed. Now here's Naswell. Naswell to Siemens. Harrison Siemens makes a great play to the middle. Another pass, just maybe one too many. In the center there, number 66 of the Giraffes, who is Crivero, had a good drive to the net. Probably should have shot that one, but he saw a pass down low and Ended up being blocked and covered by Andrew Flero, the goaltender of the Silvertips. 5 minutes, or just over 5 minutes left in this first period of this final game of today, Saturday, beautiful Saturday. I mean, it is kind of raining, I think, so maybe not so beautiful Saturday in Langford here at Eagle Ridge Community Center. Fifth and final game, a pass up in the air. The Giraffes try to get it down, but it's brought right back in by Ostrander. Battle for the ball on the wall. The Giraffes pick it up. Pass up, Crivero gets that pass from Stubbs. Now across from Lister, back to Stubbs. Stubbs a shot, blocked there by McLean. Trying to chip that up was McLean, but it's blocked by Crivero, but McLean gets the ball back off a weird bounce. Now pass across from Anzems to McLean. Ostrander beats Stubbs, pass across. Looking for Garrett maybe in the middle, but it goes past him and goes to Anzems. Pass across. Garrett looks, fakes a backhand, brings it back to himself. Up in the air, glove down, chipped up, and it will come out. Icing's waved off. McLean takes a look, passes across. Mandrake down low. Here's Ray Moore. Moore beats the player on the wall there, takes a look for a pass in front, in his feet. Blocked. Battle for it. Moore picks it up. Moore gets it down low. Haywood tries to pick off that pass from the player Ostrander. Now Betts. Down to Moore. To Ostrander, a shot up in the air. Stays in play though. Off a block in this, just inside the neutral zone. Fought for. Or they're just outside the neutral zone. Or they're just outside the offensive zone. My apologies. Now here's a shot in, not tipped off of the stick of Stubbs. And it goes, the defender there, and goes into the 5-hole area of Dave Greenhaug. Face off going deep in the Galactic Giraffe zone after that big save Dave there. Off the draw. Silvertips win it. They try to push it up. Chipped down but not out by the Galactic Giraffes player there in the middle, number 1. Fought for. Ostrander will play it down to Norman. Norman will take a look. Pass across to Halverson. Halverson to the middle. A shot off the stick of the defender in the middle there. Number 1 for the Giraffes, who it says is Leadham. I don't think that is Leadham, though. I might be wrong, but it doesn't look like Leadham. Shot up in the air, loose in the crease. It's cleared off the goal line by one of the Galactic Giraffes players as Dave was out of position. And should be thanking his defender for that one. A big clear off the goal line. Close tries to bring it up to Naswell, but Halverson gets the ball first, hustles after it. Now here's Stubbs. Stubbs tries to play it up the boards to get it to his line mate on the wall. Pass across to the middle. Here's Haywood. Haywood will control to Naswell. Paul Naswell take a look. A shot. Glove by Flero. Easily for a big save late in this first frame. No score yet. 1 minute and 54 seconds left in this first period of 2. Shots on goal 7-6 in favor of the Giraffes. And face off into the Silvertip zone. Off the draw, the Silvertips win it. Mandrake controls, pass off the boards. Got to clear it up, get it to Ostrander, but it's out of his reach. Naswell picks it up. Darren Close. But it's slid across, and making that sliding block was number 88 of the Silvertips, Garrett, centerman. Battle for it. Anzems rather with a shot, gets it high and wide. Ostrander picks it up. Gary Ostrander passes in front. Anzems a shot blocked by Haywood. Naswell tries to clear it, but it's kept in by the Silvertips, it hits the glass funny. I think the Giraffes thought it was out of play, but they say keep play moving. It hits the top of the glass, doesn't hit the netting, and stays in. Here's Haywood. Haywood tries to beat Mandrake. Mandrake will block it, and he'll slide and make a play off the ball in the middle there. Tyler Naswell shot blocked. Trying to clear it was Mandrake. He clears it up, but it's kept in by Eric Smith. Here's Lister to Siemens. Siemens fakes a slap shot, brings it in, tries to get past 2 defenders. He gets past 1, but not the second, loses control of it. Pass down low from Tyler Naswell all the way around. Darren Close trying to get there. He'll outmuscle the player on the wall, but the ball gets picked up by the Silvertips. Clearing attempts blocked by Smith. Down low, pass in front, just out of the reach of Siemens there with a great chance to score, but couldn't quite do it. Pass up the boards, trying to get out of the zone was number 19 Ostrander, but it's picked off by Smith. Shot wide. Here's Lister, or Crivera rather, that picks that up, tries to pass it across. It's blocked there by McLean. McLean watched closely by Lister as time will expire in this first period. Score is 0-0. Nobody's found the back of the net yet. The second and final period of the final game upcoming in about a minute. And we'll be back at you with that action shortly. Thanks for watching. Don't go yet. Hello everyone, it's Tristan Dodson coming at you with the second and final period of this fifth and final game at Eagle Ridge Community Center in downtown Langford and Vancouver Island, Victoria. Shot by Norman right off the draw. The rebound pops free to him. He kicks it up to his stick, oversteps that as he could have maybe got a great chance here to score, but just barely couldn't keep control of that as he tries to crash the net there. Here's Siemens. Harrison Siemens takes a look. Shoots on net. Flair makes the save. The rebound pops free. Siemens gets it back again. A shot. He scores! And the first goal of the game comes 31 seconds into the second and final period. The Giraffes strike first. Harrison Siemens with that goal. And it's 1-0 for the Giraffes. Shots on goal, 8 apiece. That was the 8th shot of the Giraffes as they were trailing one shot from a 8-7 lead to their opponents. But now that 8th shot finds its mark. Shot attempts compared to shots on goal must be very different because there have been a lot of shot attempts on goal. It's like only 16 shots in total that went on the net. At least that's what the scorekeeper says here. The Silvertips neutral territory try to get that goal back for their team and maybe get on the board here. Norman makes a play, controls, pass down low. Ostrander fires, tipped in front just wide by Halverson. Pass down low. Ray Moore, number 15, was there trying to be in support. Now it's chipped up by Crivero, but chipped kind of out of the zone, but it's kept in though, just on the line, and now a shot by the Giraffes goes off of Falero's shoulder into the netting, and it'll be out of play for a whistle. Off the face-off draw, the Silvertips win it. Played up, Anzems tries to get there. He chips it past Naswell. They're helping out Tyler Naswell, though, is Haywood. Now Naswell will pick that up from a pass from Haywood, chipped up. Here's Close. Close will take a look, chips it past McLean and hustles after the rebound, gets it himself. Controls, Darren Close, pass across, looking to feed Paul Naswell, just couldn't get it to him, though. Fought for. Tyler Naswell keeps it in to Paul Naswell. Paul Naswell back to Tyler Naswell, hustles after it. Tries to kick it up to his stick. Now here's a play from Anzems up to Ostrander. Ostrander watched by Smith, but Ostrander gets it. A shot. Rebound off of the save from Greenhawk. I don't know if he didn't even see where the ball was. I don't think he even knew where that was after he tried to squeeze it. I think he thought he had it. Here's Ostrander. Ostrander controls. Behind the net, watched by Eric Smith. Passed around. Logan Anzems picks it up. Tries to feed it to himself, but oversteps that play. Now here's Darren Close with Paul Naswell. Mandrake watching defensively with a great play, hit it out of the air. Now here come an attempt for the Silvertips to come out of the way, but they'll go on a late change here. Mandrake will watch that ball. Pass across, looking for Close, out of the reach, and Norman picks it off. Here's Norman, a 3-on-2 brewing. Haywood trying to get back. Norman will control a shot, and he'll just miss by an inch there. And then on the back of the net, Greenhag will get a glove on it and save it for a whistle, as crashing behind was Ray Moore trying to chip it back up to Owen Norman after that shot missed by centimeters there on the top corner. Face off deep in the Giraffe zone. Draws one by the Giraffes defensively. Chipped all the way down. And that'll be an icing call against the Galactic Giraffes. And the face-off will be deep in their defensive territory. And with just under 14 minutes left in this game, score is 1-0 in favor of the Giraffes against the Silvertips. We'll see if the Silvertips can get one on the board and tie it at 1. We have lots of time left still, 13 minutes, 57 seconds to be exact, left in this game. It's not over till it's over. There's quite some time for the Silvertips to possibly be able to get on the board here. Chipped up, sent all the way down. That's icing once again. And face-off will go deep into the Giraffes zone as they ice it 2 times in a row, pretty much back-to-back there. That time it was a pass looking for Siemens, I think, through the middle that is over his head. And then he tries to get back, kind of wastes a little bit of energy as it's icing anyways, but maybe thought he could get back before they call it. Makes sense. Try to beat it if you can, you never know. Up in the air. Mandrake will glove it down to his stick, pass across. Well, here's number 6, McLean. Tries to feed it out, but it's kept in. Pass in front by the Giraffes, out of the reach of Siemens as well as another player in the front there. But now the Silvertips try to clear it. They can. It goes down. Pass across. Defensive players play catch here. That's Anzems as well as Mandrake. Sorry, that's McLean and Mandrake. Mandrake back to McLean. Fought for. Here's Halverson taking a look. Pass to the middle. Pass back to the defensive player there, Ostrander. Gary Ostrander tries to feed Norman. Norman back to Mandrake with a shot up in the air, and that'll pop out of the netting. Rather out off somebody into the netting. And face-off will go just outside the Galactic Giraffe zone in neutral territory, I believe. Oh, no, sorry, I think it'll... Oh, yeah, I was right. It will come out in just a neutral territory here. I think we have a timeout called, possibly. Oh, no, sorry, I was mistaken. That was just a player doing that with his hands, kind of, this near the net, rather near the penalty box, but that was not what that was meaning. The Giraffes control. Play up the boards, kept in by Ostrander. A shot blocked by Haywood. The stick of Haywood gets stuck into Dylan Ostrander's shin guard, and he tries to shake it out, but he can't. That was a weird sequence there. Ansem's a shot just high and wide. Ostrander controls. Pass to Ostrander. Ostrander from Ostrander, 68, 19 from 68. Pass in front, rebound, shot, and it's off of Dave's helmet. Or I think off of a defender and out. We have a bit of an injury, I think, to one of the, I think it's Stubbs. He's in some pain here behind the play. Stepping down on his foot. I think he might not be able to put his full weight on his foot there. Now here come the Giraffes the other way. It's controlled now by Ostrander. Down low. Played up the boards. Pass across. Here's Norman. Norman takes a look. Gets it to Halverson. Halverson will be called on a delayed offside, so he has to check up. Pass back down low. Giraffe still leading by 1 here. The Silvertips put on some pressure here, trying to get one on the board though. Pass up, trying to get from Smith to Close. Close will fan on his pass up though. Halverson, a pass from looking for Norman. It's out of the reach of him though. Naswell will pick it up. Here's Naswell controlling. Pass up the middle off the stick of Crivero, and he'll kind of chip it slowly up to Paul Naswell. Now pass up across from a defensive play from Betts. Betts gets it down low. Pass in the middle. Norman takes a look. Now a chip pass all the way down, and that's going to be icing against the Giraffes as Lister couldn't pick that one up. Face off deep in the defensive end of them now, or momentarily. Now here are the Giraffes in their own zone. Chip all the way down. This pass was looking for Lister, but it's just out of his reach. But no icing as Mandrake gets back in the middle and plays it up. Pass up from Ostrander looking for Ansem's out of his reach. It's blocked by Crivero. Now Lister back down low to Harrison Siemens. Siemens takes a look. Battled for the ball, pardon me, by Ansem's there, but the Giraffes' shot on net will go wide. Now Ansem picks it up though off that rim around the boards on that missed shot. Now Smith tries to, rather Ostrander tries to beat Smith, but Smith gets back and chips out of harm's way. Here's Garant though. Garant takes a look. Garant to Mandrake. Mandrake's shot off a glove. Trying to keep that in where the Silvertips, they can't. Garant tries to hustle after it. Now number 6, McLean will get a stick on it and clear it out. A pass across from Crivero to Siemens, a backhand shot, pad saved by Flero. Now here's Mandrake, pass up across, given away though. Naswell picks it off. Battle for the ball though, as it's kind of loose in some feet. Naswell will pick it up, he'll take a look, he'll shoot. Big save Flero, the rebound pops free. Mandrake there, he'll get a Naswell will get a whack on it again, but it'll be swallowed by Flero. Face off deep into the Silvertip zone. Still 1-0 in favor of the Giraffes here. Time winding down, just under 9 minutes left in this game. Silvertips are going to have to put some more pressure on to try to get this game closer. Or tied up, rather, because they're out of it right now. Scoreboard-wise, I mean, game-wise, they have a lot of shots on goal. They've been doing quite well, but Greenhug's been standing tall so far. Pass by the Giraffes given away, but it's grabbed back up. Naswell takes a look for the ball, but it goes past him to Close. Close looking back for Paul Naswell. Here is Norman, pass across to Moore. Shot, and he'll score! And right as I was kind of chirping the Silvertips there, telling me to put some more pressure on, they do exactly what I say, and they score a goal. And this game is tied at 1. Well, I forgot to change the gosh darn thing on here too again, from the first to second period. Sorry about that. Every time. I did too, David. I thought the Giraffes were going to win 1-0 almost, because they were up 1-0 for like the whole game, but looks like we were wrong. The Silvertips will find it. They'll find the back of the net there. Here's Moore. Takes a look after just scoring a goal. Fought for it. It's chipped to the corner. Norman will play it. Here's Haywood controlling. Haywood will play it around behind his own net. Picked up by Halverson. A shot just wide as Greenhug was out of position there. It's picked up by Norman again, though. Here's Norman. Pass down low. To Betts. Betts down low, looking for Halverson. It's out of his reach. Chipping it down, but the Silvertips keep it in. Norman on the high glass takes a look. Pass across. Shot from Garrett wide. Rebound up in the air. Trying to clear was Close off the boards, but he can't. No, Norman with a shot just wide on a great play. Now here's Close once again. Close plays it across the middle. Up in the air to Naswell. Now back to number 1 here. That's Stubbs. Takes a look off the boards. Plays it down low. Pass up. Here's Harrison Siemens controlling. Shot through, looking for Naswell, but it's just off a bounce out of his reach of his stick. Naswell picks it back up though. Fought for. Naswell will control. Fed across. Pass to the middle. Here's Lister. Down low to Siemens. A shot blocked by Ostrander's leg there. Clearing that up in the high glass. It stays just in play. It doesn't hit the netting, but very high on that tall glass there. Pass across. Ostrander to Garant. Garant takes a look. A shot. Save. Rebound pops free, but a Giraffes player is there, not a Silvertips one. Although that might have been a goal, but if there was a Silvertips player there, that was almost guaranteed a goal. But instead, they have a delayed penalty, I think, possibly. Or no, maybe they just put their hand up for icing. I'm not sure. But I might be spoke too soon. Sorry about that if I did. I thought there was, though, for a moment. I think I was mistaken. That was for icing, rather, not for a penalty. Sorry about that, folks. Spoke too soon. And here in the last just under 6.5 minutes of this game, tied at 1, off the draw. Silvertips win it. So shot goes just wide. Might have got a piece of the stick of Greenhug there. Fought for. Mandrake picks it up. Mandrake down low. Pass to the middle. Here's Ostrander and some feet. Naswell tries to get it. He holds his, rather kind of hooks his stick. Not enough for a penalty though, and then gets the shot out of harm's way for temporarily. The Giraffes control it once again. Here's Naswell. Naswell gets the ball. Takes a look. Tyler Naswell fakes a pass off the glass, then ends up passing up the glass anyways. Now here's Siemens. Siemens in front, driving the net. A shot loose. Flero comes out to poke check it. Mandrake pass up to Anzems. Here's Anzems watched by Smith. Great stick there by Smith. And Smith will chip it back. Naswell pass across to Crivero. Crivero pass to Lister will get it and chip it down. Flero will control it, and he will swallow it up with the glove as he thought about playing it with the stick there, but Lister was pressuring on him and he decides to hold it for a whistle. Just over 5 minutes left, and this game is still tied 1-1. Off the draw, the Giraffes win it back. Close with a shot, blocked by Norman's foot there. Chip pass up through Naswell. Now here's Ray Moore. Moore controls, watched closely by Naswell. Played down low, Halverson chips it. Here's Norman. Norman controls. Norman brings it into the middle, tries to get a shot off, but good stick there by Naswell to stop that right in the center there as Norman crashes the middle. Paul Naswell from Tyler Naswell, fought for. Naswell takes a look, pass across. Here's Haywood. Haywood controls. Haywood with a shot. Just wide, might have got a piece of a defender, Flero there to the net. Now in front, a shot from Lister wide. Close controls. Down low, Haywood. Back to Close. Back to Haywood. Haywood takes a look, back to Naswell, but it goes through him, goes to Close, back to Close rather. Now a chip pass off the boards. Here's Norman, he gets the zone, takes a look, pass to the middle. Moore shoots wide off the back of the net, spun around, kept in there by number 16, Betts. Fought for, behind the net, Norman gets it from a good stick from Ostrander defensively. Shot, tipped, loose in front, rebound. Greenheld makes a toe save, I think, on the line. Rather in the crease, not the line. Not that close, but still quite close. Here's a shot from Anzems, he scores! Morgan Anzems puts the Silvertips up 1 with a 2-1 lead. And yeah, this game was 1-0 almost through the entirety of it for the Galactic Giraffes. They were leading, and the Silvertips couldn't find they found their groove, but they couldn't find the netting in the back of the net there. They've tried a lot of chances, but now it's the other way. Now the Silvertips are up 1 with a 2-1 lead against their opponents, the Giraffes here. Off the boards, chip pass up, kept in there by Siemens. Siemens takes a look, controls, pass to the middle. Giraffes play catch, a pass up is blocked. Here's Ostrander playing it down low. Betts picks it up. Betts around for Gary Ostrander. Ostrander controls. Pass up and some feet. Here's Siemens trying to rush that play, kind of oversteps it, but he gets help from Lister. Lister down low, but try to get back to Siemens, but it's picked off by Ostrander. Ostrander pass up on net. Delayed offside call. Pass up. Here's Crivero. Crivero beating number 16 there, Betts. Now number 10 tries to keep it up in the air. It's hustled though. Here's Anzem to just put his team on the lead. Gets it to Halverson. Halverson takes a look. Cale Halverson with the ball. Fed down low for Norman. Norman hustling after it. Norman with a great play. Takes a look in front. Pass to the middle to Moore. A shot. Saved by Greenhelg, and it's on the goal line, I think, in his pads. Or no, it gets up in the netting, rather. My apologies. It's off his stick into the netting high up there, so good save there by Green. I don't think he knew where it was. I think he was looking in the crease. He squeezed his legs together like maybe he had it and he wasn't sure, so lucky for him it was up in the netting and he didn't have it loose in his crease. That wouldn't have been not good. At least it would have been good for the Silvertips, not good for the Giraffes. Off the boards. Pass up looking for Haywood. Blocked. Halverson controls. Try to pass from Norman, but it's stopped on that pass back by Close. Down low, Norman to Halverson. Halverson chips it past the defender to himself. Takes a look, backhand feed in front, looking for more. It's out of his reach, but he'll get back to it. Pass to the point. The shot up in the air on a blocked shot, I believe, off someone's leg into the netting. And with 1:27 seconds left in this game, the Silvertips lead 2-1. I don't think I fully clicked enter on that 2-1 lead for the Silvertips, so I think it was still saying 1-1. My apologies for that if that was the case, but now it should be fixed. The timeout for the Silvertips called, I believe, and we will have a timeout for about 30 seconds, and then we will have play recommence shortly. Okay, here we are. Timeout over. Time winding down. It's in the Giraffe zone. 1:27 seconds left. We'll see if the Giraffes can tie it late and take it to overtime. You never know. It's not over till it's over, boys and girls. Off the draw, the Silvertips win it clean. Play it down low. If they get out of the zone, I assume the Giraffes will pull their goalie. Here's Naswell, 1:10 seconds remaining. Pass up the middle. The goalie, Greenhalgh, will be pulled now. Trying to bring it up on the 6-on-5 man advantage. Time winding down, backhand shot on goal. Flero will make the save, and with 54.8 seconds remaining, the Giraffes get the zone, and the goaltender is out. 6-on-5 man advantage. We'll see if they can score it late. And tie it at 2, take it to OT. Still time left. Off the draw, Lister will take it against Garant. Lister will win it off the draw. Here's Naswell. Naswell will take a look. A shot just loose, looking for a tip in front possibly. Haywood plays it down low. Tyler Naswell. Gonna go back to Haywood. Keeps in at the line though, as a clearing attempt by Ostrander is in the way. Is trying to be cleared but couldn't quite get down as Lister keeps it in. Sent all the way down towards the empty net, but it misses by a couple inches there, and that'll be a icing call against the Silvertips. Yeah, that was very close. Shot 17-14 on goal in favor of the Silvertips over the Giraffes. And they're up 2-1 in this game. 30 seconds, 30.4 seconds to be exact, left in this game. Time winding down. Off the draw. It's controlled by the Galactic Giraffes. Chance for the empty net, and fanned on the kind of play though. Naswell takes a look. Pass across. Shot on net. 15 seconds left. Clearing attempt will go down. That'll be icing with 11.7 left in the game. And we'll have a chance, or maybe one last chance for the Giraffes to tie it up late. The Silvertips do still lead though. If they don't win this draw, I think it might be over for the Giraffes, but you never know. Here's more on the draw against Lister. Lister takes a look. Wins that draw clean. Naswell fakes a shot, pass to Paul Naswell here. A look in the middle. A shot, big block by Anzems. 4 seconds left. And a second left shot partially blocked. Close at the end. Tried to take a look at the net, but it is over. Time will expire. Thank you very much for watching.